Agents combine four categories that no previous technology has ever combined. That's what makes them a fundamentally different security problem. And it's worth being precise about what those four things are. The first is autonomy. An agent does not ask permission per step. You give it a goal, and it figures out how to get there across multiple systems, multiple API calls, multiple decision points. A single prompt like deploy the staging build to production can trigger 50 distinct actions, each one authenticated, each one real, and none of them individually approved by a human. The second is non-determinism. Traditional software is predictable. You can test it, you can map its behavior, you can write rules around it. Well, agents don't work that way. The same input can produce different actions on different runs because the behavior depends on the model's reasoning, on context, and on what data the agent has seen. You could run the same task twice, and you might literally get two completely different sequences of actions. And that makes it genuinely hard to tell abnormal behavior from normal behavior, because normal is already variable. The third is the one that honestly gets overlooked the most. Agents are externally manipulable at runtime. An agent processes data as part of its work. Things like documents and emails and web pages and database records. If an attacker can slip malicious instructions into any of that data, they can influence what the agent does next. This is called prompt injection. OWASP ranks it the number one LLM security risk, and we'll dig into it properly in episode 10. But the short version is this. The agent doesn't need to be hacked in any traditional sense. It just needs to read the wrong document. And the fourth, agents hold real credentials with real permissions. Not sandbox tokens, not read-only access. When a developer connects an agent to GitHub using their personal access token, that agent can do everything that developer can do. Same permissions, same access, same blast radius. Except the agent has none of that developer's judgment about what's appropriate. Think of it as a very capable, very fast version of that user operating without any of the instincts that would make a person pause and say, wait, that doesn't seem right. Put all four together and you get something we've genuinely never had to deal with before. An autonomous system whose behavior you cannot fully predict, that can be manipulated through the data it processes, and that holds the credentials and permissions to act on your infrastructure as if it were a trusted employee. So if someone asks you why this matters or why is this actually such a big deal, here's the clearest way I can put it. We now have software that makes its own decisions, that can be influenced by attackers through ordinary data, and that has the keys and permissions to act on your most sensitive systems. And the security models we've been relying on for the last 20 years were never built for that. That's the problem. Everything else in this masterclass is about understanding it and figuring out what to do about it.